Hey everyone, this is Chris and welcome back to another entry in the Sketch Journal. So today is the last day of Sketchbook summer and I was able to get to the last and final page here by yesterday morning, but I wanted to do the last page on camera. If you saw my previous video, then you know that I was hoping to get the last page on camera yesterday, but again, I got lazy, life got in the way, it just didn't happen, but it's alright. It happens. So today I'm filling the last page, and I'm glad I didn't do it yesterday because Brandon Dayton, he's the guy that's been running this, threw out something on the Facebook page for Sketchbook Summer saying that your final piece, the theme for the final piece is a hand turkey. If you don't know what a hand turkey is, you put your hand down on the paper, you trace it, and then you make a turkey out of it. So I would not have known that if I didn't wait until today. So I'm kind of glad that it didn't really happen. So yeah. So I'm probably not going to do that on camera, unfortunately, but I will post it on my Instagram once I'm done with the hand turkey. So yeah, we're finishing up here, and it's been quite a month so far. I mean, I've learned a lot. It's amazing at how well my art, my visualization has improved. I mean, again, I'm no expert, and a lot of people out there will look at my art and say it's horrible because basically it is. But I know where I started and where I'm ending, and I can definitely tell a huge increase, which is pretty awesome. And I kind of wanted to go through some of the pages here on camera with you guys, kind of show you the good, the bad, and the ugly, if you will, of speaking of ugly, what I'm currently working on. But yeah, kind of show you guys the good, the bad, and the ugly of what I've been doing this month. So let's go ahead and get into that. As you can see, I've flagged some pages over here to look at. And the first one here is, this was very early on in the sketchbook. These were from the website lineofaction.com. If you haven't been there yet, go there, check it out. It's great to, what they do is they'll give you random pictures, and you can set a time limit, 30 seconds, full minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever. You can do gesture drawings, you can do a little bit more detailed work, you can set up a class mode, which is a lot of what I've been doing. In the class mode, they'll give you 10 pictures at 30 seconds, and then 5 pictures at a minute, 2 pictures at 5 minutes, and then a picture at 10 minutes for their 30-minute class. So I've been doing that for a lot of this sketchbook. And I chose, like I said previously, I want to work on just faces. So that's what I chose for this, just doing faces in the class mode. And this page in particular, this was a few pages in. It was like, actually, this is the second page of my sketchbook. Wow. Third physical page, 1, 2, 3, and then the second page overall. And this was a great motivator for me. I didn't like the way this looked, and obviously I needed to improve on my hair. But overall, especially this picture here, I thought turned out really well, and I like the down look here. I've never drawn someone looking down before, and these two are probably better than most of what's in the sketchbook. So it was a great motivator to show myself that I can draw something that looks good. They don't quite look like the picture in itself, but still, as a quick sketch, the first time doing it, turned out really well. Next page here, of course, I thought this turned out well. But then I flagged this because I wanted to show you, and I've done this a couple times here, not everything is going to turn out great. Not everything in your sketchbook is going to be high quality work that you're proud of, but that's the point of a sketchbook. It's not something that it's not a portfolio, it's not something that you're putting out there on the internet saying, hey, look at my art, I look great. Sketchbook is a way for you to screw up, mess up. But then when you get a good idea or something that looks great, you can take that a little bit further and refine it some more. Next we have, this is actually something that I was up at the cabin. We were actually on the pontoon out on the lake, and I had my sketchbook with me, and I was just, they had some live music playing. A band was actually playing on the shore, and a bunch of boats and pontoons had anchored around this area, and we were just listening to live music. And so I took my sketchbook out, and I was sketching the coastline, and this was a little house I drew. And then I was planning on doing the rest of the coastline. Unfortunately, it didn't turn out. I ended up getting distracted, or we moved or something. I don't remember what happened, but I didn't get to finish this, unfortunately. But I flagged this page because if you're drawing, if you want to get better at faces, all you do is draw faces. It's going to be great. But drawing other things, it may not sound like it works, but it does help you to get better at drawing anything. Drawing houses. I mean, being able to observe and see, that the fence is here, or that the steps go over here. I mean, your observation skills overall will get better as you're drawing. I don't know where that accent came from. Drawing other things. So, just wanted to point that out. Here, I did some hair studies, and doing studies, and I believe actually this was on one of my previous videos, but doing studies is so important. If you want to get better at anything, you got to practice. You got to put in the time. And so I just went to Google and typed in, I think I typed in like real hair photos or something, and I just got a bunch of picture of people, and the hair was the highlight of the photo. And then I just started practicing drawing the hair. As you can see from my hair study, you don't need to fill in the whole face because you don't really care about the face. All you care about is the hair that goes on top of it. Over here, again, this is another instance where I was doing some random, just random things that I saw and trying to get the observation skills. I don't know if you can tell this or not, but I have a deck of cards at my desk. As I would. This is my fidget spinner. I just play around with them as I'm thinking about what I'm working on or waiting for a process to finish. And then this was a picture that was on the wall of a building, and I was just sketching that. I decided not to fill in all the little tiny windows. I ended up having to stop and get back to work, but there's that. Moving on here to this page here. Now this is something that I never would have expected to see in a sketchbook when I first started drawing. I actually, to be honest with you, I thought a sketchbook should be all refined, finished pieces. But this right here, it's just me practicing. I went to a website, and I'll link that website down below. And they had a bunch of drawing exercises that are supposed to help, with your hand control and overall just increase like the little small things of your skills, like drawing circles, drawing squares, straight lines, following lines, etc., etc. So I started, around this time, I started doing, sorry, you probably hear my dog in the background shaking. I started doing warm-up exercises, and I just did them right in my sketchbook because, that's what it's here for. Your sketchbook is here for, you to get better. And so I did my warm-up exercises, but I chose exercises that will help improve my skill, not just drawing scribbles to warm up my hand. This right here is something I really enjoyed. This was, if you don't recognize it, I don't blame you. My coworker didn't recognize him either, even though he's a fellow Spartan. But this is Mark D'Antonio, head coach of the Michigan State Spartan football team. So I really enjoyed this. I did this, as I've done everything in here, I did it all in pen, so there was no erasing. And I was just doing it just for fun, just to fill another page and practice, but I really enjoyed the way it was turning out. I don't know if you see right over here, but the ear was over to the left a little bit, and it was just a little, the rest of it was turning out so well that I wanted to correct the ear, so I corrected it, and then after I finished, I went out and got some white ink and inked over the part I wanted to quote-unquote erase, even though you can't really erase with ink, you can just go over top of it. Here is another instance where not everything is going to turn out great. This is the same person, believe it or not, and you can see they look like two completely different people. The bottom one here just wasn't working so well, so I exited out and I did the face again. I didn't quite finish the hair. I was focusing more on the facial features themselves and getting the proportions right and spacing everything out correctly. And I really enjoyed the way that turned out. See what else we got. These are just some face gesture drawings, and I'll say I did get a lot better at doing these. You know, when I first started, I could barely get the circle and the facial structure down, and in 30 seconds I can now get most of the face pretty much sketched out there. Here's another face I did. This one turned out really well. I mean, it's not a photorealistic image of the person I was drawing, but out of everything in the sketchbook, this probably looks like the image the most. And if you look at them side by side, you could definitely tell that this is the person I was drawing. So I'm pretty proud of that. And then here's another page where, you know, they didn't turn out quite right. This one I kind of enjoy, but there's just something about it that's a little off. And then this, of course, just didn't look as well as I expected it to. But you know what? I'm still learning, I'm still beginning, I'm still trying to get better at this, and I've got a long way to go, but I have seen improvement in the past 30 days, which is awesome. And that's really the whole point of Sketchbook Summer. You know, even though you're trying to fill a sketchbook in 30 days, the main idea is to get better by putting in the time and the practice in your drawing. So I guess I'm going to end the video here. It's already 11 minutes long. I'm going to finish this page here. If you want to see the final page over here, Brandon Dayton, like I said earlier, mentioned doing a hand turkey as the symbol of the final day of Sketchbook Summer. So I'll post that on my Instagram. You can check it out. I'll have my Instagram in the description below. If you like these videos, please subscribe. If you want to see my journey here and getting better, if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. Or if you want to see any sort of video, please let me know. That's what the comment section is there for, is for you guys to, you know, talk to me and communicate with me and say, hey, I don't like this, or I like this, blah blah blah, etc. Anyway, thank you guys for watching again, and I will see you guys in the next video.